In this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips, we're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah, with AI by our side.
Okay. As much as I would love to be all happy and floaty into this thing, we've got to hit the road. We've got to hit the ground running. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you VO3. Let's talk about VO3 first, and then we'll talk about about Gemini and all of that stuff. But right now, we've got to really have a conversation.
I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone.
Please, man. Please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
Made of prompts. Like, seriously, dude. You're saying the only thing standing between
I don't even know
me and $1 billion?
I don't even know how to articulate to you, everyone who just watched that. I do not know how to articulate to you how incredibly crazy that is. The fact that effectively, AI is able to render something that looks this real. I mean,
you could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Jeez.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, this prompt is killing me. Change it, please. Write something else. Save me.
And that is the crazy part of it, y'all. The crazy part of it is that it is a new paradigm because of the fact that you can add audio in all in one prompt. It's all a prompt saying you need to say this, the person needs to say that while they're falling to their knees and there's a fire in the background and it's literally killing them. These things have to spur the imagination of the author, the person who puts stuff down. Hey, Daniel and Plumestone, nice to see you. Do me a favor. And I'm a little under the weather. I'm not even a little under the weather today. I'm a lot under the weather today. I had to come home early from my day job. And I'm taking deep breaths and stuff like that because I'm having a hard time breathing completely. I mean, I even was in a meeting earlier today where I said 3 words in the whole meeting. It was an hour meeting. So I'm bringing this to you because this is just a turning point. Have you ever heard the phrase, this is the best that, this is the worst that it's ever going to be? That is because you are living in the age of AI. And in AI terms, it's almost always the worst you're ever going to see this thing. This is a paradigm shift. We are living in a time where we can think up anything we want and think about that. We're authors, writers, people who think and create and are creative for a reason. That's us. So what do we do? What do we do with all of this power? What do we do when we have an idea that cannot be put down. What happens when you use $249 a month to create a film studio? What do you do when you have all the power? That is why we are here today. We are here to talk about VO3. I know that there are. Did everyone, you could hear that all of the audio on that last clip? I would assume, yes, you could hear everything, because otherwise, all this talking is for naught. Because it means that you didn't hear any of that, but I think you did. Oh, good. I'm glad you did. So let's do a couple of other examples. I'm actually going to switch it so that I'm here. So let's do another couple of examples. Why don't we? I'm going to go back out here.
There's some random text.
Honestly, the biggest red
All right,
flag is when
here
the
we
guy
go.
believes in the.
Here we go.
A girl told me we're made of prompts.
This is called prompt theory. It's very much like simulation theory, where everyone believes that, not everyone, a lot of prevailing scientists with deep thoughts believe that we are in a simulation. Well, someone got the smart idea to let the AI generated characters in on the joke. So here you go. This is prompt theory.
A girl told me we're made of prompts. Like, seriously, dude. You're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the biggest red flag is when the guy believes in the prompt theory. Like,
and you'll see at the bottom that they've got like subtitles and stuff like that. And some of these subtitles are pretty bad, as you can see. Well, the reason for that is because it's okay at generating text, but if you put your prompt and you put things in quotes and stuff like that, it will take that and put it down into your actual video. So I just don't even know what to tell all of you, but my goodness, this looks real, other than the very badly put together subtitle.
really? We came from prompts? Wake up, man.
You want to convince me that this perfect creation behind me is the result of ones and zeros? A binary code and nothing more? It makes no sense.
Imagine you're in the middle of a nice date with a handsome man, and then he brings up the prompt theory. Yuck. We just can't have nice things.
We're not prompts! We're not prompts!
Where is the prompt writer to save you from me? Where is he?
Look at
You
that.
still believe we're made of prompts?
Look at that emotion.
Anyone who tells you we're just ones and zeros is delusional. If that's all we are, then why does it hurt when we lose someone?
Oh,
for me.
just amazing kind of meta messages. It's just, and so imagine a true storyteller, someone who sees this power, sees all of this stuff, and they're able to take this and make it into literally a film that is compelling with a story, like writers do, how they create scenes and perspective and nuance and conflict and drama, which are, let's be real, the same thing. With all of these things, right? Start thinking to yourself, what do you have? What is the thing that you have? What IP do you have that you can work on your own, right? Remember, this is the worst it's ever going to be.
And I'll ban the prompt theory from schools. There's no place for that nonsense in our lives.
For spreading the false theory that we are nothing but ones and zeros, this court sentences you to 12 years in federal custody.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my ear to tell a story. I write what I want. I have free will, remember that?
I know for a fact we're made of prompts. Deny it all you want. The signs are everywhere.
You know how I know we're made of prompts? Because nothing makes sense anymore. We used to have 7 fingers per hand. I remember it clearly. Now we just have 5 fingers per hand.
So good. So good. I mean, the how deeply meta all of this is. This is incredibly meta. It's so like extra too. And when I zoom out like this, and it's me big and it's small, it's super difficult to differentiate between whether or not this is actually
A girl
like
told me we're
real
made of
people.
prompts. Like, seriously, dude. You're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the
Just ridiculous. Oh, do me a favor, you 10 people who are here right now. Would you hit the like button so that we can get this thing out to a lot more people? Hit the like button right now. And we're doing this demonstration of, oh my gosh, of probably one of the most innovative things to come out this year. It's called VO3. That's what this first section is about, VO3. Let's do 1 or 2 other examples. I'm going to shoot from the hip on these because I haven't pre-up. This one is definitely one from their demo. Here we go.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This
Look at
ocean,
that.
it's a force, a wild, untamed might.
And the most interesting thing about it is watch the emotion in his face and watch the way his hands work.
And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might.
Look at that.
And she commands your awe with every...
Emphasize the words untamed with a little shake of his wrist. I mean, that's acting. That's, oh my God. And as an actor, as a person who that was my profession for 25 years of my life, I got paid quite often for years and years and years acting. And my God, it's so compelling. Yes, it is. That is truly insane. It is crazy how good the tool is. Yes, it is very, 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 very crazy how good the tool is. So what we want to do is examine this. Take this moment and capitalize on it. Think about it in very succinct ways. One of the most succinct ways you can think about it is that you personally are a movie studio. This is the worst it's ever gonna be. All right, do me a favor, everybody. Like and subscribe. I want you to hit the notification bell because YouTube likes the YouTube. And you know what? I'm probably going to cut this off into its own little video. So I'm going to do my little tag thing. And I will see you all in class. Okay, so now that tag is done, let's talk about the second section. Second section, which is, where are you? Okay. And now let's switch over to Imagen 2. And we'll start this one out like it's a video too. How about that? Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is brought to you by the Future Fiction Academy's 2025 Accelerator, which is $249 a month. We also, and that gets you 2 books at the end of 90 days. It also gets you weekly in-person meetings. You are able to learn everything there is about AI in the very and creativity in the very beginning of an era where you're going to need that information. So definitely get over to the futurefictionacademy.com. The link is in the description below. All right. Now let's start up the video. Let's see. All right. Well, I'm gonna even take my my cans off. I'm repurposing. I'm gonna cut these up into nice little snippets so that other people can see them too. So, all right. Hello, my name's Ikel O'Haron, and this is the Future Fiction Academy. Welcome to class. Today, we are going to tool around and look at the perfect sort of progression of creativity and image generation. And that's with actually Imagen 4. Imagen 4. And the reason I laugh about that is because everybody's been calling it everything from Imagen to Imagen, or all of these things. And today, actually last week in the big Google I/O thing, they finally said it out loud. It's Imagen. That's it. Not Imagen. It's just Imagen. So let's jump right in. All right. And look at y'all peeking behind the curtain. Let's see here. What we'll do is we'll switch over to here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are inside of X right now. And what we're doing is taking a look at some of the examples that actually Google DeepMind gave us. So that way we know we're not seeing anything too crazy. So here are some of those. Here are 3 different ones. One looks like it's made of yarn at the very bottom. Let's see here. Let's zoom in here. Oh. Let's zoom in here. There we go. Why, by George, that is yarn. That is yarn. Wow, that looks like a butterfly. And that detail, that looks real. Very real. The skin, not perfectly real, but it's pretty daggone close. It is pretty daggone close. Okay. So let's see. Let's zoom out. And then let's check out the next one. And my goodness. Okay. So it's the drips. It's the actual drips that are the physics of the way that everything is. I mean, it's beautiful. It's the time of day. It's the fact that there's actual foliage in the foreground. This is truly it's if it does this well, think of what it's going to do with your book covers. Oh my goodness, her freckles are real. The basketball's texture is real. The jersey that she has on, there's nothing about that doesn't seem like that isn't a real person. And is that frost on flowers? Oh my gosh. I mean, that is beautiful. Morning frost on flowers. Okay, let's continue. These are amazing examples of different kinds of styles. Oh, cool, futuristic. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of something where we were just getting used to actually generating things with computer graphics. And these were the first actual computer graphic things that people were making. And that's what this one reminds me of, back in the 90s. Oh my goodness, look at this dragon. And the fact that this is drawn, it looks like it's hand drawn, and the entire mountain is colored in, but the dragon is not. I mean, what do you have to do to get that prompt out? Golden yolk farm eggs direct from our coop. I guess they are trying to flex the fact that they now officially, holy crap, they officially, and I mean this with all of my heart, they can write words now, y'all, which means that you can do one-shot covers, one-shot backs. There's there's this new printer that does like layered printing. It's not like a 3D printer, but it's like a laminated printer, and you could take these designs and print things out from your own universe and bring them into the real world using this. This is beautiful. This is absolutely, oh my gosh. Is that like a $1.50 bill? It's just, that's amazing. Let's keep going. Apologies for all you live people. Okay, let me just make sure that everything is going correctly, and I've got some stamp. Thank you, Susan Gable. All right, so that, oh, wow, that is brilliant. It was a stamp. It was totally a stamp. Holy crap. I didn't notice the ridges at the top here, and oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. And I love me some capybaras. They're just so cool. Wow. That actually looks raised. All right, so this is a perfect example of something that you could use, that laminated printer. What is it called? I literally was just watching a video with that in it earlier today. It's a UV printer, and let me just, let's see here. It's called what is it called? UFI, UFI make UV printer. All right, so what you do is you take a UV printer, like this UV make one, and it will take these layers. See this chunky stuff up here? It will actually make this look like it's a real painting that you're printing off. It will mimic the strokes that you're actually seeing in each one of these strokes. And this probably, oh wow, balloon. I mean, not balloons, bubbles. Oh, wow. Now, see, this is interesting to me. Think about this. Say you want to do a comic strip every day for a year. You don't have an artist, but you do have the brain to come up with the actual funny part. Every day you make a strip and you publish it to your Substack or whatever. And every day you come out with something funny, 4 panels, and maybe that is your legacy. I know that sounds crazy, but it could be. Look at this. More panels. So this means that you have the ability. Wow, this looks like a big old advertisement. Looks like you have the ability to create comic book versions of your action sequences that are going on. It sounds exciting. And there's, oh, wow, somebody loves theyself some San Francisco. I wonder who that is. More golden yolk farm eggs direct from our coop. This is a second version of this, and it's beautiful. Oh my God, look at the doggy. I know that isn't a real dog, but my goodness, it makes me want to go adopt a dog right now. I mean, that joy, the wind whipping in their hair, the spittle. Oh, those look good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely a step in the right direction. As a matter of fact, it looks like they have a entire website dedicated to fuel your creativity with generative media models and tools. And what I'll do is I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put that in the description of this video. I will put that in the description of this video. And that way, let me see here. And just, and I will Google Media AI. And there we go. And now it's in the description of this video if you want to check out their blog and see all of the stuff down here that all of the stuff that they've got going on with VO3 and even Flow, which I'm pretty sure we will have a video about at some other point. I'm pretty sure we will have a video about at some other point. But I leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with the fact that these very pictures can create such joy, can create such verticalness to your business, can make and improve everything you're doing in your creative business. Every single thing that you're doing in your creative business, it can help you with that too. My name's Ikello Herod. This is the Future Fiction Academy. And like and subscribe and hit that notification bell because YouTube likes to YouTube. And I'll see you all in class. Cool, everybody. All right. Nice to have y'all watch me do that. I'm going to cut those 2 videos up and and trickle them out here pretty quick. Okay, so now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this visit, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the fact that they keep updating Gemini. They keep updating Gemini, and every time they update it, it gets a little bit better. The coding thing that I showed people last week with Claude is very similar to what we're getting in Gemini. Let me see. I actually haven't visited my Gemini account in a while. So, let's go with Google. And Gemini. All right. I'm in my pro account here. And preview reasoning, personalization preview. Okay. So first off, let me check in with my people who all sat there and watched me do that. Okay, solely pixels. Let's see, Ali. But the exciting part is that the fact that VO's competitors are going to have to respond. It's very true. I'm telling you, this is the worst it's ever going to be, and I don't mean that as a threat or something that is inevitable. It is a force of nature. That's what it is. Because they are all being spurred on by each other. Every time someone makes an innovation, it makes it more desperate to make the next innovation. And Google has the biggest servers. They just do. Let's see. That's how he is so fast with all of the new toys. That's how he's so fast with all the new toys. You talking about me? Hello, Moonchild. Hello, Blaukrat. Super. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah, it's so cool that it was a postage stamp, wasn't it? That was so cool. Yes, your own graphic novel. Yes, I'm serious. Because at some point they're going to have to deal with consistent characters. And when they do, all bets are off. All bets are off. In in-universe social media, you can keep your readers engaged in between releases. Yeah. Oh my. Wow. I'm gonna let that soak in. I'm gonna let that soak in for everyone. Holy crap. I mean, look at that dog, y'all. Look at that dog. This is why I'm keeping the dog up. Look at that dog. Think about the emotions that you can generate from creating your characters and having different versions of your character. So you have, so let's say you have a cartoon version that you've pretty much used in everything. And then you decide to get the AI to make a real world version of this. And now you take that and you have the real world version and you print out a special cover that only has the real world version on it. And then it's a special edition. I mean, there are so many in universe social media. So beautiful, Allie. So beautiful. Oh, what a wonderful thought. I know he is a good boy anyway. And say you write something with dogs in it and you have special characters and and maybe in between book releases, you could do something like social media where you have the dog is here, the dog is on the beach, and the dog does this. Maybe even have something ludicrous where you ever seen the thing where people run across a wall that is slanted so they can get to another side because it's like a I don't know, a dam or something, and they're trying to get to this little level, and they run, and slide and hit the thing, and then they stand on this little thing that's just sitting out there on this wall. Well, you do something like that with the dog and have him running across the thing, and then the next panel have him on the actual thing going, "Ah," something like that. But this cute. It's kind of crazy. Gemini 2.5 Pro now is great. It truly is. That was a reference to you being really just pixels. I personally believe in the prompt theory. Thank you very much. We're all just prompts. That's awesome. I love that. The dog is just Jay. The dog is just Jay. Oh, Joy. I was like, Jay? How do you know Jay? Oh, anyway. Okay, let's do kind of our last video here. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to Gemini. I've done like 2 of these live streams in a row where I've been like a little under the weather. Not this one, but one way back when I got back from Europe. Oh my gosh, I was so sick. And I am never sick 2 times in a month. A month and a half, 6 weeks. This is stupid and ridiculous. All right. Preview. Why are we in preview? Reasoning, math, and code. Okay, we're going to go with that. I do not want to invite a friend. All right. Okay. All right, let's set up this last snippet of a video, why don't we? Hello, my name is Ikel O'Hara, and this is the Future Fiction Academy, and welcome to class. So what we're doing today is we're checking out Gemini 2.5 Pro. We are going to just ideate and then maybe create a short story. And then after we create the short story, we're going to have Gemini analyze the story. And then after we have it analyzed the story, we're going to see if we can get it to write a better one. All right, let's jump right in. Okay, we are here inside of Gemini. We're going to do the chat interface so that this is all in the same chat. It all happens at the exact same time. If I wanted to, I could take all of this information and break it out into a canvas or something like that. Let's see here. Canvas. So if I wanted to, I clicked on down here. Whoops, there it is. I clicked down here on Canvas. And I can break that out into a side panel so that I can work on something actually typing into it myself. Otherwise, I won't have any effect on the chat. So I'm going to keep that open. Actually, no, I'm not. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. For a Chemistry 101 video, write a screenplay for a Chemistry 101 video. That's actually very cool. I've never even thought about that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn on Canvas and we're going to have a conversation. Why don't we? Hello, how are you today? So what I want to do is I want to ideate on some science fiction story, short story ideas that could possibly lead to some type of larger universe. So first off, I want you to give me 7 really good ideas that all have to do with the Earth in present day being thrust into a greater galactic community. And for some odd reason, us being the 8 brains that we are, we thrive. Okay, so now that we've got this cooking, it's actually thinking. It's coming up with, ooh, look at this. And it broke it all out into a canvas. And so now I actually have the ability to edit this if I want to. Now, if I wanted to, I could build on top of this, create something new based on this, like a audio overview, a web app, or a timeline. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could go up here, click on this, go right in here, make it a web page, make it an infographic, which is an interesting idea. I could make it a quiz. So teachers, they've got themselves a easy world to live in. And I could also make it an audio overview. Audio overviews are those podcasts. So you can take large pieces of information and make that information into something very digestible in like 5 to 7 minutes, all the way up to 20, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we are at the Cosmic Lottery winners. All right, so Cosmic Lottery winners. Earth is discovered from through a random galactic survey, a sort of cosmic census. It turns out chaotic, unpredictable, and highly adaptable nature. And highly adaptable nature is rare and surprisingly valuable commodity in the galaxy, largely dominated by hyperlogical, specialized, or hive mind species. Human creativity, our penchant for improvisation, and even our ambition, seen as a chaotic flaw by some, become highly sought after for roles others can't or won't fill. Thinks troubleshooting ancient alien tech with duct tape and hope, or navigating complex diplomatic situations where pure logic fails. Thriving mechanism, our flaws, unpredictability, emotional reasoning are our unique strengths. Accidental, and let's see. All right. Let's go to accidental apex diplomats. First contact is tense, almost hostile. An established alien empire seeing us as primitive attempt to supply or not to, what is that, am I crazy? That doesn't, anyway, an attempt to subjugate or not to subjugate is what it really wants to say. Manipulate Earth into a subservient role. However, humanity's sheer diversity of thought, our messy but robust political systems, every nation for itself, then suddenly a united front and an uncanny ability to find common ground through shared, often illogical cultural touchstones, like a universally beloved Earth pop song, completely baffles the rigid hierarchical aliens. We don't just negotiate, we charm, confuse, and ultimately outmaneuver them into favorable treaties, becoming the galaxy's most unpredictable but effective mediators. Thriving mechanism, social complexity, and unexpected unity. That's pretty good. Okay. See, this is wow, this is actually really good. I actually put this exact same scenario to Chat GPT, and let's just say it didn't come out quite as coherently interesting. The universal storytellers, a benevolent, incredibly ancient species, makes peaceful contact, gifting humanity advanced but neutral technology, including near perfect universal translation. Suddenly, Earth's millennia of diverse myths, legends, art, music, and literature become a massive untapped spring well of new narratives and emotional experiences for a galactic community that has, in many ways, seen it all or become culturally stagnant. Human artists, writers, musicians, and even historians become intergalactic sensations, their primitive perspectives offering fresh insight into universal themes, thriving mechanism, cultural richness, and the power of narrative. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Galactic problem solvers by breaking things. Earth is technologically far behind. However, we excel at deconstruction, reverse engineering, and finding unorthodox solutions precisely because we don't always follow the manual. When a galaxy-wide technological plague or an inscrutable ancient alien device stumps the most advanced minds, humans, with their willingness to experiment, take risks, and hit it with a wrench, stumble upon solutions no one else conceived, we become the specialist you call when everything else has failed. The galactic equivalent of chaotic good IT department. Ooh, that's probably a good name for it. Thriving mechanisms, ingenuity born from a lack of preconceived notions and a willingness to experiment and fail, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's still a couple of them: the adaptive edge and masters of the gray area. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, we got to read that one. Masters of the gray area. The galactic community operates on strict codes, laws, and clearly defined ethics. Humans, with our long history of navigating moral ambiguities, complex social contracts, and bending the rules for the greater good, or just for ourselves, find a niche in the galaxy underworld or in ethically murky but necessary professions. We become the spies, the smugglers of ideas or rare goods, the negotiators in stalemates, the ones who can operate in the shades of gray that more rigid societies cannot comprehend or tolerate. Thriving mechanism, comfort with ambiguity and a flexibility, sometimes too flexible, moral compass. And then the joyful contagion. Oh, in a galaxy where many advanced species have perhaps optimized joy, passion, and spontaneity out of their existence in favor of efficiency and high consciousness. Human enthusiasm, our capacity for intense joy, our love for celebration, play, and even pointless hobbies become infectious. Earth becomes a cultural hub for not just for art, but for experiences. Alien tourists flock to Earth to feel something raw and unfiltered, and human experience consultants are hired to bring a spark back to more staid societies. Thriving mechanism, unbridled emotional expression, and a zest for life. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to cut one or two of those readings out of the main video for all you people watching the live right now. But isn't that hey, how you doing? How you doing, Ross? Good to see you here. Just saw a notification this was happening. Yes, it is. It is. And please, again, excuse me, everyone. I'm so sorry that I'm coughing this much. It sounds awful, but I'll try and edit out all of those in the shorter video. Okay, so now that we've got, now that we have our kind of idea of the things that we want to do, I think I'm going to pick the first one. I know I read all those, so I'm going to pick the first one, and that's probably the one that'll end up in the video anyway. So, yeah, I'm picking the first one. And if I pick the first one, I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to close this. And I'm going to say, now it'll look at that and it'll start thinking automatically, which is actually really cool that it does that so quickly. Let's just make this bigger so that you all can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, cosmic lottery winners it is. Let's see. The idea of our beautiful chaotic mess being exactly what the galaxy needs is inherently fun. What aspect of, you know what? Let's give it some parameters. So let's say that it's a comedy, or let's say it's a dramedy. So it's funny, it's dramatic, but it's pretty daggone funny too because of situational comedy. That's what's probably going to happen. So let's see here. Let's read this. What aspects of this sparks your interest in the most right now? We could brainstorm the discovery moment, the valuable commodity. What specific roles are humans excelling at that hyperlogical can't handle? Troubleshooting. Okay, let's who are the first humans recruited to make names for themselves? Make a name for themselves as the galactic order. Are they the scientists? Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's go with the unconventional sort of individual. They can have military backgrounds if they want, but they should have a healthy dose of entrepreneurial spirit. It's the discipline and the incredibly wickedly smart brain of one or two individuals that stand out in expeditions and stuff like that they take out there. So let's go with archetypes of characters. Let's also think about the moment we're discovered. So I want this story to be, I want it to kind of take place over 5,000 words, and I want it to be about first contact and when Earth or maybe some main character figures out that they can make a lot of money in the universe. All right, it's thinking. And what's interesting about this is if I wanted to, I could look at the summary of what it's thinking. It says it's considering. I'm now zeroing in on character archetypes, stuff like that, expanding things, analyzing stuff. So it's still thinking before it even gets to the good part where it actually tells you what it wants to do. Okay, this is what it wants to do. Commander Rex Thorne, Maverick engineer, reluctant leader. Aris Thorne, sibling. Sibling. Discovery moment. Initial story. The survey is sleek, featureless. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, sorry about that. I want you to write me a comprehensive plan to write this as a narrative. It needs to be detailed, and it needs to all be wrapped up in 5,000 words. And do me a favor, start the whole thing in media res. I want to be in the middle of the action of whatever you're going to come up with right off the bat. Now it's going to write the story's plan. You know what? Let's take a look and see what the thinking is saying here. I'm starting to build a detailed narrative plan for the cosmic lottery winners. My focus is on ensuring the story's conclusion feels satisfying within 5,000 word limit. I'm outlining and then it's outlining the beats and all of this stuff. And now it looks like it's done. Is it done thinking? And it looks like it's nope, it's not thinking anymore. It's actually writing out the plan. And what we're going to do is then take this and I'll read let's say the first 3 or 4 paragraphs, and then we'll call that. Let's see here. Wow, this is really okay. All right. All right, what I want you to do is follow those instructions that you just wrote out and give it to me in third person limited perspective. And I want you to keep the pace up. And if there are any ends to scenes, make sure that you can build in as many cliffhangers as feasible. I don't want it to go over the top. And remember, you're ending the story not on a cliffhanger. Let's do this. Write that chapter. Actually, write that whole story for me. All right. And while that's churning, let's see here. Thorn. Is that a common thing, Thorn? I'm assuming it is. Okay. All right. Let's take a quick peek at this. The alien cable bucked in Rex's grip like a python with a bad attitude. Its slick obsidian surface unexpectedly warm against his heavily gloved hands. A shower of acrid, ozone-scented sparks erupted from the human-made breaker box he was wrestling it towards. A comically primitive contraption of salvaged copper and ceramic that looked like a museum piece next to the Xylus probe. Why has everything got to end with a begin with an X? Probe's seamless technology. Around him, the cramped interface station he'd jerry-rigged inside the long shot hummed with a disquieting energy. The subtle, insistent thrum of an alien machine on the verge of a very expensive, very brief tantrum. Eris, tell me that energy spike isn't what I think it is, Rex grunted, his voice tight in the comms, amplified slightly by the helmet of his light EVA suit. He spared a glance at the main screen, where alien glyphs danced in patterns he was beginning to loathe. It's a resonant cascade of the primary psionic matrix, Rex. Eris's voice, usually a bedrock of calm, carried a faint tremor. She was back in the long shot's slightly more spacious cockpit, monitoring the vital signs of both their ship and the colossal boomerang-shaped alien probe that had precariously tethered to. Woo, that's hard. Unit 734 says their logic dictates a containment field failure in 82 seconds. After that, brace for what they called localized reality distortion event. Rex gritted his teeth. Distortion sounds roomy. Can't be worse than my last landlord's interpretation of habitable. He braced his boots against a support strut, leveraging his weight. All right, their logic can take a long walk off a short pier. If I shunt power around the damaged regulator and directly into the tertiary manifold, it should create a harmonic dampener. He grunted with the effort of forcing the thick cable towards the waiting terminal. Or, a small black hole 50-50. That's pretty funny. Their simulations show a 98.7 chance of catastrophic failure with that method, Rex. The manifold isn't rated for raw power feed. Yeah, well, their simulations didn't account for a thorn with a crowbar, for a thorn with a crowbar, and a healthy disregard for the impossible. He muttered, more to himself than to her. The final itch felt like the final inch felt like a mile. His muscles screamed. The breaker box groaned under the strain. Almost got it. There. With a jarring thunk, the alien connector slammed home into the oversized socket he'd welded. A blinding flash erupted, not just sparks this time, but a violent blue-white discharge that threw him back across the bulkhead. The insistent hum of the probe spiked into a threatening energy whine that vibrated through his bones, his teeth, his very soul. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it was over. Silence. Profound, absolute, and terrifyingly complete. Wow. That's pretty good. That thorn thing, that's pretty funny. It's the Xylo thing. I'm always like, why is it always got to be a Xylo? Why is it always got to be a Xylo? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is 2.5 in a nutshell. If I do say so myself, am impressed. I am impressed. It had great ideas for stories. It had so the ideation feels like it's a step up. And it even feels like, I don't know, like it writes a little bit better? That can't be. Anyway, my name's Ikello Herod. This has been the Future Fiction Factory. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, check all of those bells, ding, 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 all of them, because YouTube likes to YouTube. And I'll see you all in class. All right, everyone. I'm going to probably have to insert a little. Actually, I'm going to record some ads to put in there for the, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Do me a favor, everyone. If you are interested in the Future Fiction Academy, you just ran across us recently. We are over at the futurefictionacademy.com. We are a educational institute that teaches people how to use artificial intelligence in their creative endeavors. We have a gateway to our mastermind, which is our intensive that has so much information, and we do so many things that it's ridiculous. We create software, all of that stuff. And that is our May accelerator, which you want to get into right now so that you can have access to the mastermind 1 month earlier. So if you wanted to, because otherwise in June, you'll have to wait another 30 days or something like that before you can get into, excuse me, all of the information. So go over there. It's $249 over the 3-month period for the accelerator. You're going to make 2 books from start to finish. Learn how to do some sequencing and all kinds of other stuff. So go ahead on over there. We have standalone classes, tons and tons of them. Go over there. We have a huge sale going on right now. That sale is 25% off. We've got bundles. So if you take the bundle, you'll get 20% or 10% off of the because you get a bundle. And then you give the anniversary code. You do that, you get another 25% off of the top of the bundle, which is already discounted. So go ahead on over to the Future Fiction Academy. And I now, for all you people who were just watching, you could see that I was making a couple 3 videos in here, but that's what I do sometimes. Sometimes I decide I want to do some packagey stuff. So, and I didn't want to, and today I have a, yes, I have a community class. So if you wanted to go over to the Future Fiction Academy and look for our calendar, and you will be able to click on today and click over into the Zoom and get into our community class, which starts in 2 hours. So it starts at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Ikello Herod. I'll see you all. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself playing around with these new tools, this new paradigm. Oh, let's see here. Is there anybody? Yeah, Google is positioning to take over. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, damn, not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Google is positioning to take over. Yep. Yep, you do. I don't know what that was for, but think about this, y'all. Oh, let's see. So wait, what was the first screen that had the ideas? The ideas, Danny, were let me just show you real quick. The ideas were right here, actually. If I zoom out and go up, right, where are you? Where are you? I built a canvas. Where is it? There it is. So here's the canvas with all of the ideas in it right here. The Cosmic Lottery winner, which I can't wait to read, by the way. I love it. Accidental Apex Diplomats, Universal Storytellers, the Galaxy's Problem Solvers. I love that. Bioadaptive Edge, incredible diversity, whatever. Masters of the Gray Area. Yes, we are. And the Joyful Contagion. I actually like that Joyful Contagion one too. So anyway, but those are the stories that I broke out into a canvas. So, and then I created that story from it. A pretty intricate plan to make the actual thing and then the actual story. I can't wait to, I mean, honestly, I cannot wait to read this entire story. Maybe I'll just make a little video of me reading it, or maybe put some music under it. Why not? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. I think I'm officially done. Yes. Oh, canvas. Oh, canvas. That's right. And whoop. So do me a favor, y'all. Go over to the Future Fiction Academy. Check out all of our stuff, all of our classes. Even if you wanted to, for 6 months, you wanted to get the accelerator for 6 whole months. If you wanted to do that, you can get a discount for $1,299. And I'm pretty sure that 6 months thing, it gives you like a month for free. And then I'm pretty sure the anniversary thing, I'm not positive. The anniversary thing might work on top of that. But all right, that's it for me. That's my whole live stream. I hope y'all all enjoyed it. I will do my best to feel better. Thank you, Plumstone. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon. I'm going to, how about I play us out because I stopped the thing so abruptly. I had to get y'all into that. That was crazy. Tell me that wasn't crazy. I mean, crazy. Digital Dreamer.
Possibilities endless and bright. There's a future full of promise and it's within.
It was awesome to talk to you today.
So let's embrace the power.
I hope you all have a good day. I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to be talking Accelerator. We're going to have one of our instructors over from the Accelerator tomorrow. So enjoy your day, and I will see all of you in the future.
So let's embrace the power, the magic of a symphony of circuits we will rise. With every bite we share a new horizon. We're the architects of the digital dream. There's a future full of promise and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace